I went to the racetrack today. Twice I've gone to the racetrack recently, just to go on the racetrack. I gotta go to the racetrack because I want to go on the racetrack and race around. She's so cute. You see that dog? It's like it's trying to hide from my motorcycle from the sound of it or something. It's putting its head down and kind of trying to like hide on a step. It's just cute. I'm totally hallucinating. Yeah, so yeah, like a few weeks ago, I went to the racetrack. About a month ago, I went to the racetrack, and it was too busy, so I just left. And then today I go to the racetrack, and oh, it's not open. They used to be open Monday to Friday, and now they're not. I actually have the phone number of the owner of the track, so I phoned him up on his cell phone, and yeah, he said they're closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays because that's their least busy days, so they just take those 2 days off, and it makes sense and whatnot. But I specifically wanted to go today. Today's a Wednesday, and I specifically wanted to go today because it wouldn't be busy. Taiwan. My Taiwan tours are coming up soon. I wanted to tell you guys that. Yeah. I got a tour in May and a tour in August. The tour in May is almost sold out. There's 10 spots, and I've already sold 7, which is amazing because last year we only had one tour and we only sold 3 spots. So this year for May we've already sold 7 spots, and it's still, so it's 2 months away. If you're thinking about it, you know, you got the extra cash. You know, it's all together it's going to be a little over $2,000. I'll put a link in the video description to the website so you can check out the specifics. The price that I have on the website is everything included except for the flight. I find it odd how some people think, oh, is the flight cost included in that price? And it's like, well, how could it be? You know, first of all, it'd be insanely cheap if it were. And second of all, I don't know where you're coming from. Like, you could be flying here from Hong Kong, which is like 30 minutes away, or you could be flying here from, I don't know, from somewhere in America that takes like 14 hours by plane. You know, you could be coming here from Iceland. You could be coming here from Russia, from Italy. I have no idea. So how could I have one price that includes all airfares from anywhere on the planet? And it wouldn't make sense, because if you were flying here from Hong Kong, you sure as hell wouldn't want to pay a price that people in America are paying to come here. Yeah, so I don't have a clue. So interesting. I do not know where this road is. Okay, I think I do. Still interesting nonetheless. Huh. That's odd. I've never come from that direction before and ended up here. It's the first time. So yeah, the tour's coming up May. There's only a couple spots for that tour, and then the next tour is in August. So if it takes you a little while to get the money together, then August is the one to do. You know, what's he doing? He's got a green light. He's driving along doing 10 kilometers an hour. He didn't know he's running a red, talking on his cell phone. Cigarette in one hand, cell phone in the other. So, yeah, for the tour, we're doing roads, beautiful roads like this, and we're doing them for like 9 days straight. We're riding about, I'd have to say on average about 7 hours a day. It's a rough estimate. Some days will be 10, some days will be 7. So I guess it's closer to like 8 or 9 on average. Yeah, I originally planned, I only wanted us to do about 6 hours a day because I didn't want anyone too tired, and I wanted us to have more time in each place. But when we did the actual tour, because people are always stopping for weird reasons, and when we stop to eat, we always eat for too long and chill for too long, and we stop to look at this, stop to look at, and it ends up being that by the time you're stopping the bike for the day, you've been riding for a long time. But I'm adding I'm adjusting the schedule for the tour. I'm taking, there was a couple of, on the last tour we did, there was a couple of times where we kind of took long cuts to get somewhere. And I'm gonna cut a couple of those out without trying to sacrifice too much beauty. So I'm gonna make it a little bit a little less strenuous. Because it was bad, man. Like, not bad, but it was difficult. Like, we had a couple of days where we had one day where I like almost passed out by the end of the ride. And my body was like, yeah, no, it screwed a couple of us. We had one guy whose like back was out. He was in pain, and then we had another guy he got like diarrhea. He got like the shakes from like strain. Am I selling the trip well? Yeah, I am, aren't I? No, it was I can proudly say, in all honesty, the trip went very well. Well, here's how to look at it. We had 3 guys come on the trip. One guy was Taiwanese. His family is from Taiwan. He's American. His family's Taiwanese, though. And he's been here many times. And even though so it's nothing new to him. And he still had so much fun on the trip that he said it was perfect. He said it was amazing. He said he couldn't believe how cheap it was. At the end of the tour, he gave me like $200 American as a tip because he felt guilty because the tour was so great and it's such a low cost. So he gave me some money. Yeah, and then we had another guy, the guy who had the back problems, and he was in pain for a lot of the trip. He's coming again this year. It's the kind of thing that, a motorcycle tour around Taiwan. It's a once in a lifetime kind of thing that you save up and you do it, and then you've done it. Not for him. He did it, and then found it so fun that he wants to do it again the very next year. And it was interesting with him because after he left Taiwan, like he came here for the 10 days with me, and then after he left here, he went straight to Thailand. And Thailand is like the ultimate tourist destination. It's world famous. As if you want to go to somewhere and just chill on the beach and have cheap food and have sex with underage girls, you go to Thailand. That's what it's famous for. It's famous as a tourist destination. Taiwan is not. Taiwan is like, it's not even as famous a tourist destination as Hong Kong, and Hong Kong's not that great for a tourist. Because I've gone to Hong Kong a few times, and it's not fun. And Taiwan would be like rated well below Hong Kong as a tourist destination, and Hong Kong isn't fun. So, anyways, he came here, and then he went to Thailand for like another 10 days, and he said that Taiwan blew away Thailand. He said that he had way more fun cruising around Taiwan than he did in Thailand, and he even rented a scooter while he was there as well. So yeah, when I hear these things, I'm just like, yeah, my tour rocks, like, because I didn't know. It was my first time doing it. I was nervous. For all I knew, at the end of the tour, all 3 people could have been like, yeah, that kind of sucked. But no, they loved it. Yeah, and the third guy, he's raving about it. He's got videos about it. He's got videos on his channel saying how much he loved it. He wrote a letter to me. He said a few times that it was too cheap and that he felt guilty. It's just. So I feel very confident in promoting my tour now and saying that it's worth the money, and if you can do it, then you should. So the website is linked to in the description for this video. Time's running out for the May tour. It's going to sell out, but there's still a few spots. There's still quite a few spots for the August tour. The August tour will probably have the better weather too. It'll be hot. It'll be hot in August. If you're in Australia, I suggest you come out for like the August trip, because in Australia it's going to be winter, so it's going to be like shitty and cold and rainy there, and you come out here and it's just going to be like it's just going to be crazy hot and sunny, and we'll be hanging out on beaches, you know. And Australia isn't that far from Taiwan, so it's one of the closest Western type countries. Or I think it is the closest Western type country. Is Australia considered a Western type country? Are you guys going to make fun of my ignorance now? You know what I mean. It's like, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to stop this video. Fucking tourist! See, at some points in the mountains in Taiwan, they have tunnels that are only narrow enough for one car or one bus, so they put stoplights on either side, and then you have to take turns using the tunnel. And sometimes when you're really high in the mountain, the stoplights are broken. Or sometimes they're, better yet, sometimes they're broken only on one side. So you pull up, you look, the light's busted, and you just have to go. And on the other side, you have a bus who has a solid green light, so he's just gunning it into the tunnel and thinking that you know that you have a red, but meanwhile your light's broken. It's especially fun late at night when it's foggy.